Lordy, lordy, lordy. This is my fourth video of the morning. I just wanted to knock them all out so that I'm trying to manage my time more efficiently as I go into this whole like job search thing. Maybe by the end of the week I'll have, a new job, a killer job, a job that makes me able to afford so many things. It's Mother's Day. Mother's Day, for me, especially when my children were little, was kind of a negative experience. As a single mom, there was no one to make it a special day, and my children were little. They didn't understand about the expectations that are put around this day. I mean, it's just like any other day, Valentine's. And we're supposed to be in a relationship, and we're supposed to be in love. And, for those of us who are single on Valentine's Day, a lot of people go there and they're depressed. Well, Mother's Day was like that for me. We always celebrated Mother's Day for my mom, but I oftentimes went on unacknowledged. I am not resentful about that. This isn't about that. I'm trying to tell you how I felt in my kids' younger years. My son is the oldest and came home from kindergarten, and they make the most wonderful gifts because it comes from them and it comes from their heart, and that, I probably don't have every gift, but I have several that I got from all three of my children on Mother's Day, and somewhere in all my paperwork is a letter my son wrote to me that was so beautiful. and I wish I had it. Our apartment, I'm reorganizing everything, and so to look for that would have taken forever, but I want to talk about, just very briefly, both of my moms. I actually, I have a lot of moms, but the two who had the biggest influence, of course, I say my birth mother, it's a little different. I was not put up for adoption. My parents were very young. My sister and I were a year and 9 months apart. And they were married. They were married a month before I was born. And so when I was around 2, my sister and I came out to Minnesota with my grandparents, my dad's dad, and his stepmom, because my dad's mom died when my dad was 14, and my grandpa remarried. And so she adopted David and became his legal mother. Anyway, we came out with them, my sister and I, for about 13 months, and then my parents had divorced. They decided to remarry each other, and we went back. We were back, 2 years, and they divorced again. Lots of chaos. Anyway, my grandparents ultimately stepped in and brought my sister and I back to Minnesota, and we stayed here, and they raised us. Somewhere along the line, I started calling them Mom and Dad, and that's what they were. They were Mom and Dad. They were my parents. I did not appreciate that. I wanted what I couldn't have, which was, David and Jer, my real parents, right? And the thing is, we did keep in touch with them, and so I knew my parents growing up. And my mother, Jerry, and I are very similar in some ways. We have larger-than-life personalities. I got bit by the anger bug, which I believe runs on that side of the family. So she had it, I had it, I gave it to my son, and we've all learned to deal with that. And I love my mother. I love my mother. When I was little, people used to, "Oh, you're just like your mother," and I was so proud of that, and really wanted her validation and acceptance. And there were times, we had fights and struggles, and I'd go out there to visit, and we'd end up not speaking to each other. And We worked through a lot. You know, my mom she's Jer. She's just Jer, and she's got her own thing going on. She has been sober and in recovery, I think it's like 35 years now. I'm really proud of her. And I love her. I love her. There's so much story there that to go into it now, nah. Just, I love her. She is in New Jersey and always has been, and that it makes it hard. It makes it hard. I would like to see my family in New Jersey more often. Mama, my mama who raised me, Mom, you know, as I said, she was my father's adopted mother, and so we're not even related by blood, but I'll tell you what, there's a cord there. And I didn't want to do this. I love her. She truly is the kindest person I have ever met. And I know that I have been a challenge. I was, as a little kid, I was emotional. I was prone to angry outbursts, temper tantrums, rage. I didn't appreciate that she was there for me. I wanted my real mother. She tells me, though, she always says, Denise, you talk about how horrible and awful you were, and she said, you were charming and funny as well, and very loving. And that was something that I hid from people because I didn't want people to know I was vulnerable. And I actually did a very good job of it because even my closest friends didn't know that about me, that I was very, very tender-hearted. And Mom knew. And she has always loved me unconditionally. She has believed in me unconditionally. I'm an addict and I'm an alcoholic, and it's been years, and that's a whole nother story. She loved me. She loved me through all of it. All of it. And it was shitty. It was bad. And she loved my children, and thank God for her. She has helped me so much over the years with them financially, helping me provide for them, but also being a stable, loving influence on them throughout my insanity. And I love her. She saved me. She saved me when I was a little girl, because my sister and I were in a home for, I don't know if it was an orphanage or what it was, but we were there for 2 months, and it was not pleasant. And and the long and short of it is that my parents had decided to let my sister be put up for adoption, and no one wanted me because of the anger, and I was going to go into the foster care system, and they were okay with that. And that was the decision that they had made, and it was Mom who said to Dad, we have to take the girls. All's that they have ever had that is stable is each other. They are not going to be split up, and they're not going to be thrown into this world. And so she took us, and God, the love, just the love. And so I'm so grateful, and I love her so much, and I have been very dependent on her my life and my whole life. And what I want people to know is that I know what she did now for me. I appreciate her and love her. We ended up in the best place we could have ended up in. And I am so grateful. And I think it took someone like her to have a kid like me. Had I remained with my birth mother, with my real mom, Jer, we would have killed each other. We were too much alike, you know? And so I need to stop this because I don't want it to be too long. And eventually I'll do the My Story videos. Again, I just have to decide kind of how to ease into that. They were very emotional for me, and I started feeling weird about putting that much information about myself out in cyberspace. Why, I don't know. It's all in my damn blog. But so I'm just going to share later on. I'm going to kind of share my family with you and share the opening of the gifts. And I want all of you to know that, you know, thank you for being moms. Thank you. I want to say thank you to my children because that's going to be part of my story. I can't go into everything, but you know what? I'm a mom who, because of the choices that I've made in my life, felt that I could not be a do as I say and not as I do mom. And so instead what I told them is why I thought they shouldn't do what I was doing. And was always very honest with them about my struggles. My children were allowed to swear because I swore, and you know, they generally didn't do it in public. My son did when he was really little. There's funny stories there. Each of my children has brought joy and love and taught me so much about becoming a selfless person as opposed to a selfish person. And that selfish little kid that likes to run the show, she's still there. She comes out. But there is nothing that I wouldn't do for my children now. And people say I envy the relationship you have with your kids, and you know what, that came at a cost. It did. But I wouldn't change it. And I have been a mom whose children have come to her and they have told me pretty intense things, and they've shared feelings about things and things they think they may or may not be ready to do or jump into, and they want my feedback and my opinion, and they are my best friends, and they say you shouldn't be a friend to your children. Well, that's the way it panned out with us. And I have been able to throw being a mom in there, though. And I'm grateful. I'd be dead right now if I hadn't become a mom. And I'm someone who has traditionally been, I like to blame myself, I like to feel the guilt and the shame and reflect on that. And I'm not going to go there. You know what? All three of them are alive. All three of them are thriving. All three of them are funny, compassionate, empathetic, little smart-ass shits. And I love them. I love them. They are my best friends. And I'm so grateful to be a mom. I am. And I just want to say happy Mother's Day to all of you. I'll post a little video, like I said, when I go over to celebrate Mother's Day with my family today and celebrate Mama and celebrate Jer. Both you and Mom are my real moms. It took me a long time to figure out real and to come to terms with that and how it applied to my moms. I'm blessed. I'm really, really blessed, and thank you. Have a great, wonderful day. Sorry about the tears. Didn't mean to go there. And I'll probably post this one tomorrow, Monday, so you'll see this Monday. Anyway, thanks, guys. Bye. I am back. It's Sunday night. I was smart and did the dishes before I left for our Mother's Day celebration, so I'm just chilling out. I'm gonna take my makeup off and I'm gonna take a bath with one of my bath bombs. It was a really nice day. My older daughter worked a split shift, so she came home around 11 and we hung out, and her boyfriend came over, and And then we went over to my mom's, and I've got some pictures of her with the cowl that I made. She really liked it. And I got an Ulta card, so there's makeup in my future. And then I got this mug, this black mug. And I'll be back in a moment to show you what this black mug does, because it was on my Christmas list 2017 that I have on that I have attached to my blog, so people, random people, anyone who wants to could buy me a gift, because it's right there, everything I want. I can cross this one off. I'll be back in a minute. All right. Watch closely as I pour hot water into this cup. I have wanted this for a long time. Oh, something's happening to the cup. What could it be? Oh, the little things make me so happy. Oh my goodness. What is that? What is that? It's my Walking Dead cup. We finally got one. There's a zombie in my coffee cup. Yes. Yes. And more yes. Isn't this amazing? Isn't this amazing? I'm going to leave you on this note, with this image forever emblazoned in your mind. Happy Mother's Day to me. I'm just so happy.